Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 7 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm hanging out with my Silk Touch mining laser here, so I can mining laser up some stuff. So that's a flawed. Okay, I was hoping to find a flawless, but I don't think I've had any luck. That's cool. And I'm assuming I don't need anything from this mysterious cube? I mean, it can't hurt to snag one. Oh, there's a flawless sitting on top, underneath it. Ooh, that is a flawless. No, it's flawed. Flawless? No, flawed. It was flawed, right? Yeah, I think it was flawed. I'd have to look at the clip again. But it might have been flawless. It might have gotten broken down to flawed, because I think there's a chance when you break it for it to decrease in value. But whatever. Meh, it's fine. We're gonna probably automate this at some point anyway. I'll bring home this guy. That sounds cool. I'll bring home the Silk Touched version. Neat. I just ran a little further south because I saw a meteorite down here. I wanted to check to see if I could have any luck, and I really didn't, but that's okay. Now this stuff was... there is some sky stone here. So was this where I got my last set? Maybe. Yeah, I remember I was checking out a few spots around here. There was this one, but that's just like a regular meteorite that doesn't have any sky stone in it. So yeah, I was just looking for some flawed, because what I want to do is I want to get into applied energistics relatively early. So let me run back to my base and I'll let you guys know what the plan is for today. Alright, so let's review. So the lowest, or the best one is flawless. That's the best one. You can't craft those though, you have to find them. Then you have budding, flawed budding Certus quartz. That's the second best, and then chipped, and then damaged. And basically, it looks like whenever you... are growing them, they have an 8% chance to drop down to the previous tier. So like flawed, I guess, would turn into chipped, or one of the previous tiers, something like that. And then so imperfect budding quartz has a chance to decay when buds grow. Budding quartz decays into quartz when broken. Silk Touch causes less decay. Spatial IO causes none. Budding quartz can be found in meteorites or be regenerated using charged quartz in water. Powered crystal growth accelerators speed up the growth of adjacent budding quartz. Quartz buds grow on budding quartz. So the gist is we want to put these in water, and we might get better stuff. Now it's the cover recipe. Okay, cool. A quartz bud drops dust when not fully grown. Okay, cool. Unless it's silk touched, obviously. But if it's just mined like that, I turn Silk Touch off, we get the Certus quartz dust. Okay, that's neat. That's pretty cool. Thought I had some more dust somewhere. Did I put it in here? I might have. Yes. And then we have some more blocks in here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out this water and charged Certus quartz mechanic, right? So what we're going to want to do... did I have some regular Certus? I thought I had a couple Certus that weren't... maybe I can turn the dust into... let's see. So what I can do probably is just start with the flawed. Let's sleep through this here night. I haven't decided how I'm going to and where I'm going to set this up, but we're going to figure it out. Basically, I think the biggest part for me would be figuring out how long it takes. So flawed is the second best, right? So that's the one I'll place in the world, and we'll see if we have any luck with it. Cool. So I'll start with that. And then presumably he's going to start potentially doing things. So let's take accelerate a little bit and see if that makes a difference. I don't know if this is a tile entity. I'm pretty sure, or at least I would assume, that it's not a tile entity. My guess is that it's like, you know, it grows like grass grows. Grass isn't a tile entity, right? But it can still tick. It has random growth ticks. And it spreads grass to the adjacent block. I think this probably works the same way. And I don't know that time in a bottle accelerates random growth ticks. It probably doesn't. So we're going to have to be a little bit patient here. And then we want this thing to grow its crystals all the way. Now, the growth accelerator should speed that up for us, but we're going to need we have a little bit of that, but we're going to need this, and that's going to be charged redstone and nether quartz. Makes sense. Okay. Is there a way to turn my dust? If I have an existing charged, I can turn one dust and one charged into 2 Certus quartz in water. But I'm not seeing another way to get Certus. Yeah, I think this is your Certus quartz crystal, and I think this is your charged Certus quartz crystal. And I don't see a way to turn dust directly into it. I thought I had a Certus quartz crystal. Am I crazy? I know we're going to need some of that in a minute. Alright, we'll figure it out. Let me come back in a few minutes once this thing has had a chance to grow, and then we'll see what we can come up with. Cool? Hooray, we've had a small amount of growth. This is actually surprisingly slow. We're going to need to prioritize a crystal growth accelerator as quickly as possible. I've also decided to place down my other blocks. I was going to grow them, but I think my priority should be crystal growth accelerators, and then we'll go, you know, with making them better versions of themselves. And remember, they'll eventually just decay down into the Certus blocks. Although, to be fair, are the Certus blocks, can I easily convert them into... Because I do have those. Oh, that works. Oh, that's much better. I like that a lot, actually. Yes, that'll do. Okay. I knew I had a way to get them. It just, you know, my brain didn't start working yet today. So, give me a minute. So now what I can do is I can make my charger, which, if I remember correctly, is just some iron and some copper. And I haven't really done much mining since the last episode where I used all of my iron. So we'll see how quickly I run out of iron. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. So I should be able to come over here, get myself an energy pipe, and there you go. Device offline. You should be online. I'm assuming you can just directly accept RF, right? I mean, the cable connects to him on the bottom, right? So we should be cool here. And you've got power. Can this not work this way? Do I need, like, a charger or something? A connector? You used to be able to connect this directly, right? Maybe I need an energy acceptor? Possible? Well, let's go get some dust. So if I wanted to try an energy acceptor, that would just be a little bit more iron, which I may legitimately have to go mine for iron before I can actually do this. Yeah, I might need to do that. Let me go get a little bit of iron, and we'll be right back. I'll give my crystals some time to grow too, anyway. Do you know what? In checking this, it looks like maybe I did not set up my cables correctly here. You know what I probably forgot to do? Is I probably forgot to make this an extract. That's probably what's up. Are we filling up energy now? Yes, excellent. There's the problem. That's probably why that charger wasn't working right. There we go. And now it's charged, right? Huzzah! Shocking. Shocking. Dire derping is very shocking. There we go. Much better. So this probably isn't needed then. And, you know, I'm just going to hang on to a little bit of this cobbled deep slate, especially if I'm going to be messing around with my floor this much. Sweet. All right. So now I should be able to get a water block and turn this into some charged Certus. Or some fluix, and then make a thingy. Alright, so in theory, drop 1, 2, 3 in there. I was hoping that holding shift would make my magnet stop magneting. One, two, three. You know my magnet's off, right? I don't have another magnet, do I? There we go. Nice. All right. So that'll get that going. Yeah, why are you being all magnety? What's got a magnet on it? I don't know, but I feel like I'm magneting, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, that shouldn't be... Is it my sword? I thought that only worked if I killed the mobs with them. Let's try it without that. It might be the sword? I think it's the sword. Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't realize that... I thought the magnet effect on the sword was kind of like... After you kill a mob, you get a short-term magnet effect. I didn't think it was like that. Okay, that's cool. I'm alright with that. So now I should be able to get... so we don't actually need our energy acceptor, but I do want the crystal growth accelerator, which is going to need a fluix block. And it's also going to need some quartz glass and some more iron for that then. So crystal growth accelerator, quartz glass. Technically we should be able to make probably 2 of these, but we'll make 1 first. We also need some fluix of these, which is going to need this. Just going to need 1 more Certus dude. Can you not go in here, Certus? Oh, that's a problem. Ew. So how do I make you? Inscribers can make them. Crushing wheel from create. Crusher from mechanism. Millstone. Or just not fully grown buds. So I think we've got some not fully grown buds yet, right? We can probably pull that off. Let's put you in 1x1 mode. Boom. That works. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it's a way to do it. Okay, so there's that, and then a crystal growth accelerator. Sweet. Okay. Let's put you in Silk Touch mode. So let's take one that hasn't made any progress yet, like Mr. Chipped over here. Now, when I mined him, he turned into a damaged. Okay, so it looks like when you mine him with Silk Touch, he loses 1 level. Unless you use, it said, Spatial IO. Causes no decay. Good to know. All right, now, in addition, though, if I were to charge up a couple Certus quartzes... Okay, and drop them in to the pool with the damaged... That apparently will boost it. Did that work? Chipped. Oh, cool. Okay. And you can do that with just a plain block as well, so a Certus quartz block, and that'll get you the lowest tier, right? All right, and now we're at flawed. But you can't get flawed up to flawless, which is fair. So now what I'm going to try is a crystal growth accelerator. Where do I want to put this? For now, I could just stick it in here, and then we'll go from there. You can probably go away. I don't know that I need you, Tinker's Workbench. So, in theory, what I might want to do is I probably want this to be spaced out a little bit. I'm just putting this here temporarily. There's no way that this is living here forever, right? You guys are aware of that. But what I'm going to do is test how this works. I'll probably actually have him feed in to the side. Will you connect to the side? You don't seem to want to, do you? This one might need an energy acceptor. It's possible that he doesn't accept energy from any side, and he would have to be an energy acceptor. That's good to know that I can shift right-click like that. So that one might need an energy acceptor. So that's going to be another batch of quartz glass, which is going to need a not insignificant amount of dust. Just need 1 more batch. Oh, you're in Silk Touch mode, my bad. There you go. Yeah, I'll let that one continue growing until I decide that I need them. All right, so that would be you, and then energy acceptor. And then we've got a little bit of cabling going on. So let's try this. I'm thinking it would be energy acceptor, and then cable, and then crystal growth accelerator. Rotated correctly? Okay. And then I assume that the flawed goes here, and wow, that was quick. That, oh my goodness, that's far, 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 far faster. That is noticeably quicker than what was going on outside. Now, in theory, I would imagine that I can put that on all sides of the crystal growth accelerator. So I could surround the crystal growth accelerator with these dudes, and that would be, you know, a thing. So now, how many of these will I get? I've got 3 at the moment. This is affected by fortune, by the way. So yeah, it gave me +4. That is not bad. Okay. Now we're making progress. So what we'll do is we'll stick this somewhere, be it the basement or something like that. And we'll go, you know, what's up? Yeah, this thing's growing really fast, by the way, which is cool. But you'll notice it's down to chipped already. So at some point in the growth process, it did break down into chipped. So that's a thing to keep in mind. It will eventually turn into just a regular Certus quartz block. I'll keep an eye on it and we'll see how much we get out of it. It's probably a random chance, though, so it's like you could get bad luck and have it break down all the way very quickly. Or not. So yeah, it did eventually turn into just a Certus quartz block, and then obviously when that happens, the little dusts or the little spires are no longer growing. So you'll want to mine those and get the dust out of them, and then it's just a regular old Certus quartz block at that point. That's kind of cool, though. I like this mechanic. This is different. I very much like it. I like that they took something, you know, obviously very much like vanilla, right? And it's cool. I just like it. I think it's very neat. So I'm going to reason that using these blocks out here is completely a waste of time. You want them to be on the charger. That's necessary. It's required to use this charger. I mean, required is a strong word, but it might as well be required because, yeah, trust me. Okay, so let's see. I'm probably going to want to put the charger with everything that's going to be Certus quartz related. So what I could do is just run some cabling. So you're what? You're running over that way? Yeah, I could run it over here. Let's consider that. Okay, so we'll have a charger here. And then what if we had... So I'm trying to think of the best way to set this up. But if we did something like the growth accelerator in the middle, and then we had these guys like this. See, these two compete with each other? But is that big of a deal? I don't think so. I might want it off the ground one so I can have one underneath it too. I like that idea. Yeah. So what we'll have is something like here with the crystal growth accelerator on top. We'll want it a little further away from the wall, though. Right, so then we can put a block here, and then there's space here for it to grow. And this is also relatively temporary. I mean, we'll come up with a better spot for it in a little bit once we really get into things, but for now it'll function, right? Perfect. And you're charging now? Nice. That's cool. All right. Yeah, we're draining a little bit of power, but we're doing plenty fine. Have we even used a single ingot of Yellorium yet? We have not. This mod is so OP. It's super OP. And I love it. All right, so what do we got here? They're all Certus quartz blocks. Did they all get broken down? That's okay. So what I can do then is get you charging. You are a little slow. I'll see if I can speed that up. And then my water bucket. That'll go down in the basement too. I wonder if I gave you your power from the energy acceptor, if that would be better. Can't imagine it would be that much better. Come on. Let's go. You've got the lightning bolt, so I assume that you're working. There you go. And then what we want to do is turn you off, drop you, and don't forget the water itself. That's right, you're a magnet when you're... Yeah, I need this to not be a magnet. That's going to mess with me constantly. Sweet. And then if I wanted to, I could drop another charged in there, get it up to the second tier, and then drop a third charged in there to get it up to the third tier. Cool. And then your flawed, which is like the best you can make by hand, that can go there. And now we've got our Certus quartz maker. And we can automate that with some kind of block breaker that has some kind of sensor to it, right? Like, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's something that we can automate that with in the pack that will say, like, if it's this type of block, break it. We'll see. All right, so in order to progress now, if I want to get a controller, I'm going to need an engineering processor. So we need to get processors, obviously, as we would before. Now, we did get all the presses that we need, which is cool. The downside is we need inscribers, which need sticky pistons, which need slime balls. And I had a heck of a time getting enough slime balls for Silk Touch. Imagining getting slime balls that same way for this sounds painful. So I'm going to take a different approach getting slime balls. I'm going to use Create. And I think I can quickly get a millstone and a hand crank, and that will be all I need to get up and running to make this happen. So what I'm going to do first is go get myself a bucket of water, because I want an infinite water source. Then I'm going to make just the crank and the millstone, and I should be able to, and I'm also going to need to get some wheat, because that's going to be the next piece. So I should probably consider setting up a little wheat farm of some sort nearby that I can grow, crops and whatnot. So let's start with getting an infinite water source in my basement, because that'll probably be a nice first step. And I'll sleep through this night. You can see I also already grabbed some cactus. I think the cactus only grows up to 5 blocks tall. It doesn't seem to be growing much more. Bamboo and sugarcane, on the other hand, are getting pretty hilarious. So let's set up a quick little wheat farm. I don't see why that would be too big of a deal. What I'll do is get a hoe. Just because I don't have any cobble on me. Do I want to set up like a big old farm or just get the basics going? We can just real quick. Because I'm pretty sure I need wheat for this to work out. Okay, that looks cool to me. So a little bucket. Cool. I definitely need to find a way to bulk break those grasses. But we'll figure it out. Alright, one more hoe, please. I ain't wasting precious cobblestone on hoes. Sweet. Alright, and now I've already gotten a few seeds just from the breaking of things that I just did, but I'm sure I've got more in my base. And in terms of quickly growing those, that's another question. It was confirmed that, like, planting your seeds in a row like this is more efficient, right? Pretty sure that's a thing. Pretty sure. And if we wanted to, we could throw, like, I think I have a few carrots, I have a few potatoes. You know, I'm a big fan of those. Never hurts to throw a few extra crops in there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe I should throw some beetroot in there so I get easy access to red dye. That would be cool. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do, but whatever. So about potatoes, carrots, beetroot for now. And then do we have anything like a watering can? I don't think we did. Anything we can do to grow things? So I mean, we have bone meal, obviously, but you know, I like to. If there's something I can do that would be less that, then that would be cool. I did review the comments from my last couple videos where I said, should I start with magic? And the answer seemed to be yes. A lot of people wanted me to start with magic, so I will be doing that once I get A up and running, and then I could probably use that magic to do growth. So for now, I'll just borrow some bones. And I'm pretty sure I could pulverize them, and that would be more efficient than bone mealing them. Furnace will turn them into 3. That'll be 4, and this is 3. So yeah, let's pulverizer them. Nice. How did iron dust even get in here? Couldn't tell you. Probably something I did. Okay. Then we get a little bit of wheat. That'll do. And I'll fence that thing up in a bit. But I mean, I do have mobs kind of being prevented around here, so... Now, to make the millstone, we're going to need andesite casing and a cogwheel. And andesite alloy is just andesite with 2 zinc or iron nuggets. Not a problem. You should have some andesite in you, I presume. Yep. Cool. And then we want to strip a log with an axe. I don't know if this thing can strip logs, can it? I guess we'll see. It doesn't seem like it can, which is fine. I'll just make a quickie axe. Usually I have cobblestone on me, but I've been trying to be less cobblestoney lately, so... There's your andesite casing. And then we need a cogwheel, which is just a shaft. Easy peasy. And your millstone should now be doable. Cool. Millstone done. Nice. See, I want to get my inventory sorted out sooner than later, so that's why I'm doing this. Now, hand crank. Oh, I do need that last. Andesite alloy for the hand crank. That should be cool. Now, I believe... Can I just stick the hand crank right on here and crank it like that? That should be good, right? Wheat, top left is where my... What's that doing up there? When did that get moved up there? Is that top doing that? I like you to be in the middle. Thank you. Much better. That's right. It doesn't... yeah, you can shift to rotate the other direction. So what I'm doing is I'm milling my wheat into wheat, flour, and seeds. I'm going to break that down as much as I can and be right back. All right, so I've got wheat flour and seeds, obviously. So that's cool. Now I can combine that wheat flour with water to make dough. Now it's a little bit of a painful process, but we'll get her done quickly. There's 100% better ways to automate this with Create, but I just don't feel like going down the whole Create train right now. I mean, we'll definitely be playing with it because it's a great mod, but, you know. we'll get there. All right, now what we do is we take the dough, combine it with lime dye, and we'll get slime balls. Cool. So we get some bone meal. We get some cactus dye. We do this, we combine these two, and then we combine these two, and we've got slime balls. Cool, right? That works. That works for me. And then I'll go get my redstone and my iron back, and we're ready to make pistons. Am I out of wood? I thought I had like a big bunch of wood on me like 5 seconds ago. Where did it all go? Lost track of it. Oh well, I'll get more in a sec. Did I replant my trees outside? I don't know if I did. I could probably just use any wood though, right? If I had any. Blossom logs, sure. You're gonna make pistons for me. So what we need is... $10. I'm assuming that the whole inscriber process is pretty similar. So 4 for each type, plus the 1 for combining, like we always do. Cool. And then give me what iron you've got. Why do I feel like that's a small amount of iron for how much I had processed? Yeah, it's probably not too bad. And then we'll get our sticky pistons. And then some copper. And we're ready to go with inscribers. Nice. So let's wrap up here. We'll come back next episode. We'll start crafting using our inscribers. We'll get ourselves the components needed to build a basic applied energistic system. Then we'll have, better item storage. And then I'd like to start getting into some magic, as promised by, the feedback in the comments seemed like magic would be cool. So I'll probably start with Ars Nouveau, because that one has some very good and powerful abilities. And also some pretty good automation opportunities. So we'll start playing with all that and see what we can do. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.